Welcome everybody to the Ram Podcast. My name is Rich.
And I'm Mark. Hello, fellow wrestling fans.
Hello, fellow wrestling connoisseurs, fans, supporters, spectators, lovers of all wrestling. Yeah. So today's obviously going to be our main topic is going to be our predictions for the upcoming first ever ESPN Wrestle Palooza, which I actually read was not actually meant to happen this year, to be quite honest. So, no, this was something that Triple H said, and I've been doing a little bit of journalism, Mark. You know, a little bit of journalism. In other words, guy with the internet. But actually, it wasn't actually meant to go through until next year. So they kind of sort of scrambled around to put on a show because they're like, oh, right, we need to get it on this year. Literally in a matter of weeks in regards to this. So we will be going through our predictions for Wrestle Palooza and other stuff in the world of wrestling right now, which we cannot ignore because we've not had a conversation for a while, have we? No.
It feels
okay. So I believe everything, we'll just jump straight into it, I guess. So the biggest talking point in the world of wrestling right now is that the confirmation of Wrestlemania 43 in 2027 will be taking place in Saudi Arabia. Now, this was a rumor to a certain degree, but it's happening. So I guess we'll talk about it, really. So I was wondering, Mark, what are your thoughts on the matter of this?
Obviously, Saudi Arabia has a lot of money, and we know that they can host big events, and that is a massive factor in this. But I'd like to run through the countries that could have hosted.
Take it away.
With Australia. One on this article.
Yeah.
The top 3 countries that could have hosted WrestleMania. Australia is number 3. And then second, Mexico.
Interesting. Yes. Yeah. Never thought of that, even though we are definitely being open up to the world of Lucha Libre, which I'm really enjoying, by the way.
Yeah.
I never considered Mexico at all. Yeah, that's a great shout, actually. Yeah, never thought of that.
And the top spot, of course, is the United Kingdom.
London, Wembley.
But can you think of any other places that could potentially have hosted?
Anywhere in Europe, to be quite honest. Paris would have been a great shout. I know you just had Clash in Paris, but I'm like, no, anywhere in Europe, to be quite honest. I honestly, selfishly, thought if WrestleMania was going to be anywhere else outside the United States for the first time, not excluding Canada, but I honestly thought it'd be us. I thought it'd come to the UK. I thought it'd come to London, but I thought anywhere in Europe. Australia's a good shout. It's just so far away.
Oh, one more on the list is was a long shot.
Japan.
The other one.
I think
there has to be a lot of bridges.
A bit obscure to get to. I mean, WrestleMania Japan, I can already picture the stadium, how I think it would look. And I think that, because that's what they do. They really do embrace the culture into the design of how it looks. And Japan would be great, but it's getting audiences over there, to be quite honest. And there would be a few who would be more than happy to get on a plane, which England to Japan, you're looking at a 12 to 15 hour flight, something like that. So I know a lot of people would be happy to do that if they can afford it, especially because Japan is not cheap.
No.
So yeah, business-wise, I don't think so. Australia, well, they had the Olympics there many times and they've never really had much problem getting people over there. But I think it's fair to say the Olympics has a much higher international appeal than WrestleMania, to be quite honest. I know. What a crazy world we live in. But it's just true. But yeah, I thought it would have been us, to be quite honest.
You could go completely opposite. WrestleMania, North Pole.
Not just the first WrestleMania, the first live event ever. Just like I was thinking, like Queen didn't even play there, to be quite honest. So, yeah, that would be. Wow, how would that stadium look? Everyone in parka jackets.
Yeah.
But yeah.
All the seats are made
of
Christmas presents. All the seats are made of Christmas presents.
Yeah.
All around the stadium.
I mean, I must admit, I'm not entirely shocked. If I'm completely honest, I felt that it was definitely going that way. How do I feel about it? I'm pretty conflicted, if I'm honest. Basically, Saudi Arabia have the endless check. They have the infinite amount of money. They can literally buy whatever they want. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. But there are just a few things that I'm like, I don't know about this, you know? Go on.
So they expect all the stars that have been made in the 90s, 2000s,
right?
They're going to expect for those stars to be in WrestleMania matches.
Yeah, I've been reading about this as well, that they want to bring back basically all the retired legends to make the ultimate biggest WrestleMania ever. And this seems to be a common trend going on with past events that have happened, like the greatest Royal Rumble, which like you had 30, but we got 50. And I'm like, yeah, did it work? No, it didn't. You also had like the Brothers of Destruction versus DX, bring back DX. Did that work? Oh God, absolutely not. Did it work? That was a terrible
tainted HBK's retirement.
Oh, there are just some moments you want to erase from your memory. So yeah, I'm pretty conflicted about this. Not to mention, I'm not going to go into too many details about it, but some of the adherences to the culture, I kind of find it a little bit. I don't know what I want to say on that one. So basically, it's like, let's just see how the event folds out. But I think it's sure. I'm more, I guess, apart from all of the real world stuff that's going on. I don't think I need to mention much about that. But yeah, so I'm more in thinking like, well, now they've bought the event, they're obviously going to get their fingers in and make certain demands. And it's like, I think you're gonna get these big name matches. Like one of them, which I think selfishly would include our little predictions one, is Cody versus Rock, or Rock versus Roman. And I'm like, okay, that is actually a Mania match that I would like to see. That's good. Bringing back Goldberg, bringing back, I don't know, I even heard Bret Hart's name up in the mix, and I was just like,
no, we don't want to see these guys wrestle anymore. We want to remember them for who they were.
Do you know what? You've got SummerSlam 2-night event round the corner, so if it doesn't work. But here's the thing that I was thinking about, was that because the backlash of this has been, I would say, there's a big uproar behind this from the WWE universe. Maybe as kind of like an apology, they start doing more events elsewhere. Like, oh, we need to kind of clean this mess up a little bit. But I don't know. I think that's me thinking too idealistically. But I don't know. It's happening. Oh, well. It cost them $100 million, which, if I'm honest, I actually thought was a lot less than I thought it was going to cost. I expected to see a 2 in that figure. But there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it is what it is at this point. Maybe we'll get a Survivor Series or a Royal Rumble or a SummerSlam at some point.
Yeah, sure. I'd take SummerSlam UK. Doesn't have to be WrestleMania. It would be great if it was. Although, side note, with the increase of ticket prices, I don't even know if I could go if it was in the UK because the prices for wrestling events are crazy. I remember looking at tickets for Clash in Paris thinking like, oh, I could get a plane and go out there, but literally just to have a ticket all the way up in the nosebleeds, you're looking 200 quid. And that's not even close to the ring. That's all the way up there. And I was just thinking, I'm not even going to bother looking at the ringside seats.
Exactly.
Yeah, they are stupid, but that's to do with TKO. You know, I think they want to bring the WWE up to the same level as UFC. I don't know. It's a total different demographic. I'm not sure. I don't think you're going to get many people who are going to be looking for UFC tickets and WWE tickets at the same time. Maybe there are. I don't know. It's a totally different demographic, in my opinion. Yeah. But there we go. Anyway,
it's escapism. Yeah, it's our escapism, like our soap to follow.
It is. It's a circus. It's theatre. It's soap. It's narrative based. It's entertainment. You know, it's entertainment disguised as a sport. You know, I'd say it's closer to theatre, in my opinion. But all the things that wrestling has to offer has all the things that UFC doesn't offer, because they're totally different things. And I like watching UFC. Like, sometimes I'll go in there and thinking, you know what, I actually fancy watching two men actually destroy each other. And to be quite honest, I'll watch that, sure. I just find wrestling way more entertaining. But that's my personal preference. And there we go. All right, moving on that lovely little sour note that I think had to be addressed, because it's a pretty big elephant in the room, to something a lot more uplifting, and that was Dirty Dominic Mysterio winning, I could not believe this, but winning the AAA Mega Championship at Worlds Collide.
Yes. I was thinking it. I guess what I think we said. What would he be like with the two champions? I think arrogant AF with the
yeah. I remember saying that I was like, oh, if he retained the Intercontinental Championship, and I was just like, and I honestly thought he's going to drop the belt to AJ Styles because he's going to have this match with Vikingo. Going into that match, if he's Intercontinental Champion, they're not going to put two belts on Dom. I was very happy to be wrong. To be quite honest, I was just thought, yeah, that's actually really cool. What's next?
Well, they swerved it as well before we get to what next. With Finn Balor going, you were going to do this on your own. And I was like, right, we're going to have like a proper match here. From start to finish. And he's going to end up going over clean somehow.
Yeah.
And when the interference started to happen, I was like, okay, this is he's winning it here.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's no way that he could like beat him 5-on-1, you know.
Although that crowd really did not want Vikingo to win.
No,
they were booing him, and I was like, I think it's because now I am literally as new to Lucha Libre as I was from the acquisition from WWE. Like, I'd never watched it, couldn't tell you a single wrestler. This is a totally different wrestling world. I think Vikingo has been like the AAA champion like since forever. I think he's had like a bit of a Roman Reigns run. So maybe the fans are getting a little bit. Sorry?
Not sure about that.
I don't know. I was watching a video package. I think it was on the Worlds Collide, the first live show when they might have just erased someone from history. Maybe.
Because just before they bought AAA Wrestling, Alberto Del Rio, or Alberto Patron, or whatever his name was there, was the AAA Mega Champion.
Wow. Okay, there we go. I'm not even pretending to know everything about it. I'm still very much learning who they are.
We haven't seen a single thing from him even be mentioned since, and that's probably why, as a new viewer, you might have thought that he had that championship for a while, because they've erased Del Rio from having it.
Yeah, I'm not even sure what the crimes were. Not even allegations. I actually do think they are crimes about Alberto Del Rio. I've not even looked into them, but there's no smoke with that fire. So it just seems like, I know that he attacked a fan.
He was going out with Paige, wasn't he? And there was some abuse there.
Yeah, something to do with domestic abuse or something. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know the specifics. all I'm hearing is rumors, and they're pretty serious allegations. So I'm just like,
Yeah.
okay, but let's just say WWE do want to wipe their hands of him, but maybe not completely. I don't know. We're just gonna have to see how things pan out. But
Yeah.
But yeah, congratulations to Dirty Dom. I'm pretty happy with that. What a match as well.
Really good.
Yeah, I was like, I think this was the first time I actually started to notice that Dominic Mysterio is actually a really good wrestler. Come to think of it, I was like, I took him more of a personality, and I was like, yeah, he's a great heel, and I was like, yeah, but he's just a skinny kid in the ring, isn't he? And I was like, nope, he's actually wicked. So,
you mentioned a question then of what happens next.
What happens next?
It would be cool if we had that AAA championship defended on some bigger events.
Ooh. Okay. So basically, obviously the championship is now in WWE. So you're saying AAA Mega Championship match in a WWE live show.
Yeah.
Be good.
What would be better, even better, if Dominic could hold on to that until WrestleMania, and we have Rey Mysterio versus Dominic.
Oh, that seems like it's setting up, isn't it?
AAA championship, and Dominic wins because he's not. I don't think he's had many victories. I think he might have had it in a tag match or something.
No, yeah.
Ray beat him in the first match they had on WrestleMania, and it would be good to go full circle with that.
Could be,
and it almost gives him like a bit of the rub there.
I'd be interested to see what it is from the Lucha Libre fan base, because you're now, your main world championship has been removed from your own company, basically. So, yeah, I mean, I'm not sure how long he'll hold on to it for, but it seems like people want to see more of Dominic Mysterio in Lucha Libre, and I'm like, yeah, that's cool, because in the, I'd say, the canon of the WWE universe, it is that the AAA Mega Championship is still kind of like, oh, you've won that belt, I've heard of it. Do you know what I mean? It's like, it's not really like a thing. So I'm very keen to see what happens. I know that on Raw this week, Rusev has definitely expressed an interest, which I think for the Intercontinental match, which is not at Wrestle Palooza. But I think Rusev would be a good guy to take that belt, to be quite honest, and give him some kind of noticeable dominance, if that makes sense. I don't think he's ready for World Heavyweight Championship yet, and I know some people would think differently because of his history, but the reality is he's come back into WWE as pretty much a brand new wrestler. So you've got to treat it that way. So, right then, I'll tell you what I'm going to...
Did you watch all of Worlds Collide, Rich?
No, I didn't.
Watch all
I
of
just
Worlds
watched
Collide?
I watched the highlights. Of course, I watched the highlights of my boy Mr. Iguana and Finn Balor doing the puppet thing, or Mr. Iguana's iguana suicide dive on his puppet.
That's the match I missed. I watched the Natalia match, and that was really, really good.
Yeah.
Like, her character is so different from what she's done before. She comes out with like 4 security guards. She's dressed all in black, like she's like proper slicked her hair back.
Yeah.
Just really like just heel moves.
Yeah.
And she snuck a win.
Okay.
I thought it was really cool.
Saw the win.
They're using people like
Sorry, carry on, Mark. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, they're using people in the right way that are potentially not getting as much time in WWE to take them over here to help that AAA roster grow as well.
Yeah, I think it's given Lucha Libre Wrestling a really cool injection. Like, even for me, just seeing the Judgment Day over there was like, and they're doing great. Like, they're doing really, really well with Lucha Libre. And I think it's kind of working as a really solid relationship. Like you're getting these lucha libre wrestlers on the map and recognized, because no one's ever heard of Mr. Iguana or Psycho Clown or any of the other wrestlers in that organization, because it's Spanish wrestling, Mexican wrestling, sorry. So it's kind of having that meeting ground. It's actually, I think it's doing great, to be quite honest. So Natalia, yeah, she's been needed a whole new look for a very long time, because I know she's part of the Hart family. It's just like nobody really cares anymore, to be quite honest. So
and this has made me care again. Like I really want to see what she does next with that character, and maybe bring it into the other, into WWE. That was almost a fun. I did like you brought up. I really like how Xavier Woods is scared of clowns. Did you see? It's really silly. Like it's going back to that old school 80s, 90s sort of comedic wrestling.
That's what I like about Lucha Libre. It's a lot sillier than WWE. Like,
ooh, cat on cat.
Cat on cat. Internet that
What
one.
do you think?
What is it, Leo? You want to get on this? Upstaged. Moving on to the predictions for Wrestle Palooza, and I must admit, considering this is an event they have thrown together pretty much last minute, it's a pretty stacked event. I think I want to watch all of these matches. In my opinion. So, without further ado, in no particular order, I went on to WWE.com just to make sure all the matches were on there, and that's right. Buckle in, Leo. It's going to be a bumpy ride. First match I've got on our cards, not in the first match of the night, is Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre for the WWE Undisputed Championship match. So, Mark, who have you got and why?
I really want a bit of a swerve here.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I want to happen.
Yeah.
I know I love Cody Rhodes, but I just can't see where it goes from here.
Yeah.
With him as champion.
Mm.
I don't think there's strong enough competitors for him that he hasn't already beaten in his first reign.
Yeah.
Which would be long. Could they be giving us transitional Cody for one more, for 1 month, and he goes away, has a little holiday, does his films.
Filming Street Fighter.
Yeah, and to be with his newborn baby, which seemed to come out of nowhere.
Yes. Yes. That's a possibility.
I'm just going to go on the wild card and predict Drew McIntyre to win this.
Oh, Mark, why did you have to say that? Because I agree on that one. What do you think, Leo? You're both morons. Yeah, I know, but it's just like, no.
What about the other cat? What does the other cat say to that?
Silence speaks volumes. That's all I'm going to say.
They're Cody fans.
I know. My head says Cody, even though I think his second title run really hasn't been particularly entertaining. I must admit, it kind of feels like he's keeping the belt warm. Like, Cody's the guy, he's the face, he's the champion, but not really much has happened. If I'm completely...
No, he's not defended it. This would be his first defense of it.
Yes.
So in that regard, it has happened before. People have defended it.
Yeah.
At that pay-per-view, I think I mentioned it in the past. Hogan beat Triple H after he beat Chris Jericho the next. So could it happen? Yeah, I think so. And would it be cool for Drew McIntyre to go on a tirade about it?
I think Drew McIntyre would make a great champion. And I don't mean world heavyweight champion, because I feel like the world heavyweight champion, it's B tier. That's how I understand it. I do actually think that it is a little bit B tier. Like, it's world heavyweight champion. But it's not, is it? It's the WWE belt. That's the big daddy. That's the one for the the elite echelon. That's the John Cena's, the Roman Reigns. That's the big one, you know. So I think Drew McIntyre would make a great champion because he's been putting in a lot of work for his character. I mean, he is a heel, like through and through, but still a lot of people cheer him and like him. And he's massive and he's believable as well. So I think he would have some really good matches. I mean, the guy can move considering how big he is. And I think he can have a really good title run with it, to be quite honest. Yeah. I think he would put a bit of... he would bring a bit of newness to it. Something a bit more fresh. And like I said, nothing against Cody, but I think that would be really cool. So even though I'm fairly certain Cody Rhodes is winning this, I'm going to go with you. I'm going to say Drew McIntyre because that's what I want to happen. I know it's not, but that's what I want. And I think
that's why I put in the predictions video that we did of what we wanted.
Yeah.
Drew McIntyre beat Cody. Was one of them things. Like you say, like he could have a good run and he could even like face Cena up for that as one of Cena's last matches.
Yes.
If he wouldn't beat Cody, that'd be pretty cool. He could do like a defense against Orton. You know, I know they had a big the other night, and Orton was quite annoyed at what happened, but I don't know if that was him really annoyed or if he was.
No, definitely not.
If he was, you know.
I think Cena's last match will be. I don't necessarily think it would be anyone massive or anyone big. I think he'll just put someone over, to be quite honest. So, who would that be?
Sammy on there as well. That Drew would have a good with.
Yeah,
Sammy's.
There's plenty of people.
There's more opportunity, I think. Who could Cody fight now? Brock? No, he had a massive angle in the year after
rematch angle. Yeah.
Brock versus Cody, I don't think would be any good now, would it? I don't know. Like,
I'm not sure I would care about seeing that again. Like I said, they had 3 matches. It was a good stint. It was 3 matches after the WrestleMania 39 upset where we all thought Cody was going to win and Roman retained again for another year.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay.
Hey. What did I say, though, at the time?
I mean, Doug, you were right, though, man. You were absolutely right. I thought you were nuts. And I was like, no. I was like, come on, Mark. Another year? Wow. The Bloodline storyline was amazing. Probably the best storyline in wrestling ever.
History.
Yeah, it really was that good. I was actively could not wait for Raw or SmackDown to find out what the next chapter was. It was that good. In other words, you've got me like you had me with Game of Thrones. I literally could not wait for the next episode. That's how you write a story. So yeah, we both know Cody's winning, but we're going with Drew. The next one I've got on here as well are the Usos versus Bronson Reed and Bron Breakker. So I will take this one first.
Oh, it's just a tough. I think this is the toughest one.
It is a tough one, isn't it? Because it's like.
Because you've got the return of the Usos together.
Yeah.
But you've also got this tag team that is going to be dominating people. And they're part of this vision. And it needs a win.
I think Bronson Reed and Bron Breakker is going to take it. I was thinking in my head, okay, what's the situation? The Usos are back together again. Maybe they're putting the Usos back together for this one night thing. I don't know. But I was like, I think they want to keep the vision looking strong because it's long time storytelling. So
and how is LA Knight going to play into all of this? But you've got to think about what's been happening recently, haven't you? Like Uso speared him.
Yeah.
And then he tags with his brother, and then something happened in that after that match as well, didn't
something like that? Yeah.
How do they keep LA Knight going Do they put him in the Vision? Do they do? What's he do next?
I feel sorry for LA Knight. He cannot escape the mid card. Like, he can't escape it at the moment. It was like he's just like, they put him in these world title matches, but I just don't. To me, I'm like, I just feel like when he wins the world championship, because I do believe at some point he will, it's going to be a pretty lackluster run. I reckon it's going to be a run like what Big E had, to be quite honest. Like, yep, he's champion. He won the belt. There you go. You got what you wanted. But like 2 months later, I think it was something like that with Big E. It was like 2-3 months later, he was being eliminated in the Royal Rumble, like at like the 20th spot or something. Yeah. It was like, this guy was WWE champion 4 weeks before that. It's like, talk about fall from grace. And I think they'll do the same with LA Knight. So, not sure. Which is a shame, because a lot of people like him, but that man cannot escape the mid card. But I think they want the Vision to keep looking strong. So I'm going to go with Bronson Reed and Bron Breakker on this one.
Yeah. Question is, can he escape this match? I think he's getting involved in this match.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. So, does he cost the Usos by accident, or pushing that story forward, or does he just cost them on? They just cost it on purpose. They just go out and just cost Jey Uso it,
I think, yeah, they're definitely setting up for a match between LA Knight and Jey Uso. I think that they're definitely looking to go that way. Like when Jey Uso super kicked LA Knight, they were like, has Jey Uso turned heel? And I'm like, no, he's just embracing what Roman told him. Like, just be a bit more aggressive, just stop being the likable guy, and it's just embracing that. So I didn't think that Jey Uso turning heel, by the way, Jey Uso turning heel would not be a bad shout. I actually think it would make him a bit more interesting, but I also don't think it's because of his music and because of how much he comes out. You can't have a heel coming out in the crowd doing this. Just doesn't work.
I haven't seen his entrances. Is he still yeeting the last time?
I believe he's still yeeting.
Okay, so he's not a heel, he's a tweener.
I'm kind of surprised that they haven't actually released a cereal called Yeet, full of wheat, like they did with like the New Day, because I was just like, this man has got product slapped all over him. Do you know what I mean? Like, you could sell that cereal like Yeet with wheat, like wheat, or something like that. Had a bowl, have another. Like, the marketing is just right.
Get it done. Yeah. Get you on the marketing team, Rich. I think that's what.
25 grams of sugar. Anyway, moving on. So yeah, I've got Bronson Reed and Bron Breakker. Who have you got?
The same. Bronson Reed.
Yeah.
Look. Watch us predict everybody the same and just be completely right.
So far, so good. Okay, let me throw a curveball in there. For the Women's World Heavyweight Championship match, you've got Io Sky versus Stephanie Vaquer. Now, that expression is also what I agree with. So, Mark, over to you. What have you got on this one?
Okay, right. So originally I was thinking Stephanie Vaquer is going to win this because I couldn't see it going back on Io. And then I started to think they still have plans, surely, to put it on Rhea. So
Australia.
In Australia, yeah. It's got to be.
Yeah.
So her versus Stephanie Vaquer, it's just going to crush her too much. Like, where she is in a good place at the minute. Yeah. She can lose to Io in a good match and still, like, that face-to-face could. But if she gets beat by Rhea, I think that'd be it for her. I think I have to be very careful with up-and-coming stars. I'm going with Io Sky.
Yeah. Basically, I'm the same. I was like, okay, so what I was thinking was Stephanie Vaquer will be champion. That's for sure. I think it's a bit too early for her at the moment. I was like, this would be her first belt on the main roster, is the World Championship. Now, not unheard of. I'm not against that. But it just feels like there needs to be a bit more time to blossom, because I feel like putting that belt on Stephanie Vaquer right now kind of diminishes the belt itself. Does that make sense? Because you put it on a wrestler who, if this was the 90s and they won it, they would lose it the next night on Raw. Do you know what I mean? It's like, oh my God, they took the belt, they're champion. And then the next day, or even probably later on that night when Triple H had those things in the Attitude Era, like, I want a rematch again at the end of the night. And then he would take the belt back. I actually remember happening to Chris Jericho. Bingo. Yeah. That was thinking the same thing. Yeah. And I was like, Jericho's champion, that's amazing. And then they just put a match at the end of Raw and Triple H took it back. And I was like, what? Like,
it was to see the crowd reaction, wasn't it, to how people felt about Jericho at the time. Yeah.
Plus, as well, Rhea and Io have got this kind of best buddy, you're my pal, you're my chum, I've got my back in, I'll see you out there kind of thing. And it's like, it's not hostile or bitter at all. So I think that would actually be a really good let the best woman win kind of match. Not a heel versus face or anything like that. You've got to kind of like, let's bring this. Whoever wins it fair. And I think that's good. Whereas Stephanie Vaquer hasn't really got any feuds or anything going at the moment. It would just be her holding the belt for a while. So I think I'm going to go with this.
Great. And they kind of planned it to go on Stephanie. They just thought, oh, she's got a world title shot at some point for winning that Battle Royal somewhere down the line. And then Naomi obviously had to give her title up. Facing, we're going to have to scramble it around a bit.
Yeah.
Asuka's obviously sort of half involved as well in this angle.
There's that as well. There is that.
So how does she work into it?
Asuka versus Io is a match that's going to happen. Would it be for the belt? I don't know. I mean,
it's more interesting, isn't it? If they had along the way Asuka versus Io Sky, and then Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley.
Yeah, I agree.
That's more interesting than but they could do a swerve, couldn't they?
They could do.
They always swerving us.
I mean, why not? I mean, sure. If I was really torn on this one because I was like, I don't know where this is going to go, but when I weigh up the things that you talked about, I'm like, it's got to be Io. I was like, Io is over with the crowd. Everyone loves her. I love her. And yeah, it's just wicked. I think she's great. She's got a lot more narrative directions going, whereas Vaquer at the moment, I'm like, yeah, you could put the belt on her and see what happens next, but I also think it's a little bit too early for her. So I think she just needs a little bit more elevating. So I would go with Io and then have Io versus Rhea in Australia. And sure, you'll have Io versus Asuka, but they're not going to put the belt on Asuka at the moment. Asuka's just kind of sort of there, which is makes my heart burn a little bit because I love Asuka.
That's going to be a really good match.
Yeah, I think it would be as well. I guess moving on to now the next two matches, I actually don't know which one's going to main event the pay-per-view, if I'm completely honest. So I'm just going to go with the mixed tag match. I think that could be, but I think Cena Lesnar is going to be the main event. I mean, that could even be the opening match. That would be cool.
I was going to go with that as the opening match.
What, Cena and Lesnar?
Yeah, I don't think it's main event because it happened so much in the past. I don't think the Usos will, although he'll have his entrance, so we could open just based on that. Okay,
let's go with Cena versus Lesnar because they've been, I think, on Raw, or was it SmackDown? I think it was SmackDown. They actually did like a lot of like VTs about their rise and entrances to the company and things like that. Look how far back they go, and look at them. They're both training together in that organization that doesn't exist anymore. So I'm like, okay. But funny enough as well, Lesnar came out on SmackDown and he got booed, man. Like he got really badly booed. What are your thoughts on that?
People don't like him. I think all this stuff that's happened with the the trials, I think, has put people off him.
Yeah.
You know, and also he's not a great mic person.
No.
Which is evident with, you know.
Did you see that promo on SmackDown?
They just kept them going round in circles. It felt like
they didn't know what they were doing, did they?
Well, I don't think Brock knew what he was doing, but I don't want to say it to his face or get battered.
Oh God, no! I mean, look at him. He is literally the beast. I mean, that's what I like about Brock Lesnar, because not only you know for a fact he will kill you, but you can tell that he's going to by the actual look in his eyes. He's kind of one of the few wrestlers that when he looks angry, like he genuinely looks like he's going to kill you. Whereas a lot of them do that. It's almost like cartoon, like, no, I'm not buying this. Do you know what I mean? To be quite honest, whereas Lesnar just sort of has that look like, I will snap you in two, and I'm going to enjoy doing it.
Okay, let me throw back a question. Are you interested in the match?
Not really, if I'm completely honest. I mean, the only reason this match is happening is because John Cena requested it. And I think me and you both know that. It's just that basically Triple H was like, who would you like to face on your retirement run? And he was like, Brock Lesnar, to be quite honest. So they're like, okay, bring Brock back, which was pretty much the only reason. So it wouldn't surprise me, even though we said in the things of what we would like to see in our over the course of next year video. I use Brock Lesnar kind of heavily. But I do actually think, who's going to win this? I think Cena's going to win it. And the reason I think that is because last time Cena and Brock had a match, wasn't that Extreme Rules 2012? Something like that? I don't know. Something like that.
Years or something, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was the night after WrestleMania, and Cena comes out on Raw. Is that the one where he beat The Rock? Or he lost to him? I think he beat him. I don't know. And then Brock Lesnar returned, and the first pay-per-view after that was Extreme Rules. And then Brock won that match. And I do remember that match as well, where Cena was going, listen, I'm going to take some time off, and you've been great. He kind of broke kayfabe a little bit. He goes, I'm going to take some time off, so I'll see you guys soon. From which was time off that he never took. I think he was straight back on TV. So I think Cena's taking this because I don't see any point in it if Brock wins. Because I don't think he's sticking around. I think Brock's come back for a match. They've obviously tested the crowd to see, do they want to see Brock? Some do, but it seems like most of them don't want to see him because of the allegations and everything happening at the moment. So, but apparently he's been cleared. So
it has been more than 10 years since Lesnar and Cena last met in a singles match, with Lesnar winning 4 of the 6 one-on-one battles.
Right.
So
yeah,
you see Cena taking it.
I think Cena's good. To be honest, whoever wins this match, it doesn't bother me at all. Like it's a big name match that doesn't further a narrative in any way. So sure, Brock wins. Brock is Brock Lesnar. Cena loses. He's retiring, and literally, I think it is that there are 11 dates left or something like that. So I think Cena's going to win this one.
He wins until his last match, and then he loses.
I think Cena's going to lose his final match. I don't think he's going to win it. I think he's going to put someone over, and then he's going to have that moment where he's lying in the ring like this. And then when the winner has gone and they've collected their trophy, like, I beat Cena's last match. Whoa, look at me. Because it's more useful. And then Cena stumbles up and everyone's going, thank you, Cena. And he has his moment, waves everyone around, all that stuff. Takes a few selfies with a few kids. You know, maybe that kid from Belgium is just somehow there. Kind of, so the one that you may cry.
And then he gets a steel chair shot from Ric Flair setting up there or something. Where Ric Flair dies in the ring.
Not Rick. Vince McMahon.
If you want crazy returns,
you're fired.
I'm hired back into the.
Oh, imagine that.
Oh, makes you sick.
But yeah, that's it. I'm looking forward to Cena's final match because, yeah, and then next year, Hall of Fame. So yeah, I can't imagine who else it would be taking the center spot. Of course, it's going to be, but I don't think that means you're not going to see Cena in WWE. I think you're going to see him hanging around quite often. I would have thought. I think he'll pop in like a managerial role or something like that, or I don't know. We'll just see what happens. But yeah, I'm going to go with Cena. Sure. I can kind of picture how this match is going to go. Suplex, F5, F5, F5 on table. About 10,000 FUs.
Lots of suplexes.
Yeah.
Tees.
I think you're going to see maybe 3 to 4 moves about 10 times each. To be honest, I think that's what this match is going to be. Yay! Woo! Yay! Woo! Like, I don't think it's going to be anything particularly special. Like 15-minute match, suplexes, FUs. Yeah. It'll be a palooza. There we go. So I guess that brings us to our final match, which is the mixed tag match: CM Punk and AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins. So.
Deep in thought.
AJ Lee and CM Punk.
It's not for the titles, right? They've not big dislikes.
It's for the who's the more powerful couple match.
I think they still have to have that big moment where a title changes hands at this event, and it's got to be Cody. It's going back to that. It's got to be. If they're not going to do like some sort of weird, if Seth Rollins pins AJ Lee, he's now the Intercontinental Champion.
What? No. You're not thinking about this, Mark. You're on the right track. But you're not quite there. When Bron Breakker spears AJ Lee.
Yeah. Then
Bronson Reed tsunamis her.
He's the World Heavyweight Champion somehow.
They
could have done if Punk pins Seth Rollins, he could be the World Champion, or AJ Lee pins Becky Lynch, she could be the Intercontinental Champion. But they've not gone down that route, which I'm kind of thankful for in a way, because then they can get a victory without anything really changing at the minute.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is as well is that like Seth and Becky are doing such a great job as a couple of heels. Like they are, like, especially Becky is like,
but also making CM Punk and AJ Lee look like superheroes.
True. I think they're going to milk this cow for a little bit longer. I think you're going to have CM Punk versus Seth Rollins at some point. Wouldn't surprise me if it was a steel cage match. I don't know why, but for some reason, because of all the interferences and stuff like that from Braun and Bronson and stuff like that. I think, that kind of sort of weirdly makes sense.
Hell in a Cell, probably.
A Hell in a Cell or a steel cage. Yeah, it doesn't stop people getting into it, but sure.
They've done the steel cage match, haven't they? Quite recently, them two. And then Roman Reigns came out. So I don't think they'd do specifically that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure CM Punk will become champion again. He has to take it from Seth. Yeah. Narratively, that's the only way it makes any sense. So I think, this is what I'm thinking. I did say CM Punk versus AJ Lee because AJ Lee's got a bit of a return on this one. Do you know what? I actually don't know which way this is going to go. What do you think? I'm really torn on this one.
It generally could go with yet another victory for Seth Rollins.
You could.
You could just keep milking that until finally AJ Lee and CM Punk win their respective titles.
Yeah. I think if Seth Rollins
if they're not, sorry.
No, go ahead.
If they're not going to win those titles, then they're winning this match.
Yeah.
Because there'd be no point
It'll keep going. It'll keep
Seth
going.
Rollins, AJ Lee. Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. If they're not going to lose the titles, there's no point eventually in doing this match.
You will have AJ Lee versus Becky.
I'm getting flustered in the idea of what to expect. Yeah. It's an event with every match could go like the other way,
which I think is good. And do you know what I think? When I was looking at this event, I was like, this event looks really good. I was like, because of that reason, I'm like, there are a number of ways where some of them, like Cody versus Drew, I was like, Cody's winning, but I'm like, but what if Drew wins this? How many more times are you going to put Drew McIntyre in a championship match just for him to not win it? Like, you're doing that with Kevin Owens all the time. It's like, I don't know.
Yeah. It's the first ESPN event as well. So
but one thing did concern me, because I was like, wait, this is the ESPN thing. Are we going to be able to watch it? After a bit more journalism, aka man with internet, yes, we can watch it on Netflix. Not if you're in America, though. So UK Netflix, you can. Some international companies, you can watch it on Netflix. But if you are an American, in America, you can be an American in the UK, no problem. You won't be able to watch it on Netflix. You've got to go through the ESPN app. So I'm like, that's a bit problematic. But at the same time, we can watch it on Netflix. Sound. I'm cool with that. So I'll probably check that out on Sunday night. But yeah.
Definitely.
Did I pick anyone? I am going to go with CM Punk and AJ Lee. But I am really torn on this one. Selena, CM Punk and AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins.
CM Punk and AJ Lee.
So to make things a bit more interesting, and I think me and you are going to say the same thing again. I tried to add a more interesting angle, but it's not. What is the one thing that you want to happen from this? From the whole event?
Oh, Drew McIntyre wins.
Yeah, me too.
I really want that to happen.
Yeah. There is a reason. There is a reason we're thinking like this.
I love Cody. Cody's one of my favorites.
Yeah, I like him too.
I think that we need a change in that title. It can't just always go to someone for a year.
I don't like the fact that the WWE Championship is only open to a very small selection of wrestlers.
Yeah.
But yet, like for example, I'm fairly certain that Sami Zayn will win the Royal Rumble. Okay?
Yeah.
But you know he is not in the WWE contention match. He is going to be the World Heavyweight Championship scene. This is why this belt is looked at as a B-tier championship. Because they're just like, he's not going to get the WWE. No. That's for the Roman Reigns. That's for the top 5 guys in the company. All right? Everyone else, yeah, go for it. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, yeah, sure. Let's boost you up. And that's why I would like if Sami Zayn won. And I know it's like, we can't have Sami Zayn in the main event at Wrestlemania as the main event match. Something has to change at some point. Why not?
But they main evented as a tag team though, against the Usos. They did the tag team main event, Sami and Owens versus the Usos.
True, but they're not going to put the WWE Undisputed belt on the Saturday night.
No, but Triple H always says it's the story that makes the most sense that goes in the main event.
That's true. That is very true.
So if you can make believable enough
for
Sami Zayn to be in that title picture, someone like Cody, for example, or Drew McIntyre would help them along the way.
I mean,
like you said, him versus Brock Lesnar, that's a David versus Goliath match.
It is. You know? And I think it was something that you said that basically you sent me a text saying that they've given Sami Zayn the United States Championship as like a trial run to see like how he's doing with the belt. And at the moment, remarkably well. So he had a match with Rey Fenix on SmackDown, which was a banger, by the way. It was really good. And I was like, it's looking good for Sammy. He looks strong. He comes across really well on camera. I know he's got another match with Carmelo Hayes, which I think Carmelo Hayes is great. I think he's a great in-ring performer who just isn't being given the time of day, to be quite honest, and would be a really good United States champion. But I think that he will lose that belt, obviously, before the Rumble, because he's going to win it. And I think, personally, to take the United States Championship, Aleister Black, I think would be a great shout, because that guy's great, but he's got nothing to do. And I think he could do a lot with that belt, because, well, yeah, look at him. To be quite honest, he's a really good wrestler, and he's a really good character.
If Sami Zayn is defending that title pretty much every week, and in matches like that Rey Fenix match, he's going to look great.
Yeah.
You know, and he's asked Cena for that responsibility, you know, for that chance to be able to do it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Was that for the United States Championship, the Cena?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that's the one that Brock Lesnar interrupted on. So
you know, you've got like a really strong start to his open challenge.
Yeah.
Like, just keep on pushing that. He drops it, goes away for a couple of months.
Yeah.
Royal Rumble entrance. Goes away in a bit of a shit way.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah.
You know, like 100 people attack him.
Literally everyone.
Yeah.
That little kid from Belgium just starts wailing on him.
They sort of like promote him for coming back to the Royal Rumble. They give him like, you know, this kind of like Shawn Michaels. I know in '96 you weren't massively watching him at that point, but it was the whole boyhood dream sort of storyline. You know, he come back from having this like injury.
Yeah.
You know, and he got beat up in a club or something. You know,
something.
So they did the whole. He come back and he wins the Rumble, then main events WrestleMania.
Yeah,
I think they could do that sort of storyline with him, and it could work.
Yeah, it could work. It could. We'll just have to sort of like wait and see with that. But yeah. So I guess that's it. That's the predictions on there. So. Yeah, all I can say is thank you very much, everybody, for coming to see. Please put down in the comments what you think. Are me and Mark out of our minds for wanting Drew McIntyre to win? I don't think we are alone, but I think it's fair to say that's not going to happen. But we all.
Or is it?
Or is it? Or is it, baby? Or is it just a big swerve? Anyway, that's it. Thank you very much. Mwah! Sorry,